Well, Brian, it's getting to be less fun fighting weeds on our farm because Roundup's not working on all of them anymore.
I don't know. I kind of look at it as it's more fun. It's more of a challenge. I like a good challenge.
Yeah, I want to have a good challenge with resistant weeds, Brian. I don't think you're going to get much support on that argument.
Okay, but seriously, right across the road when we had our big field day last year, we had a neighbor who, in his soybeans, had water hemp that was standing probably 6 feet tall.
And the thing is, he's an excellent farmer.
Right.
And you know what? He went out with a late application of Roundup. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and it's been working for years and years, but all of a sudden it didn't work anymore.
Right, and so my whole point is we've got Roundup-resistant weeds right next to us, and I mean, let's face it,
got them on our farm.
If they're right next to us, you know that they're on our farm. So the big thing is when we start talking about these Roundup-resistant weeds, they're a lot easier to control in grass crops like corn and wheat because most of these Roundup-resistant weeds are broadleaves. So let's focus on a broadleaf crop like soybeans to begin with, and what would be the best control program?
Well, first of all, in any crop, look for pre-emerge herbicides you can use because, number one, you're going to increase your yield because you never have to fight those weeds post-emerge. They never take any sunlight, any nutrients, any moisture away from your crop. So pre-emerge herbicides are great regardless. But when it comes to fighting Roundup-resistant weeds, they offer us our best tools in soybeans.
What we do on our farm now is we're using 3 different pre-emerge herbicides. And before you freak out and say, oh my goodness, you're spending all kinds of money, we're really not spending that much money.
We're talking about 3 separate sites of action. So we've got 3 different places on that resistant weed that we're going to hammer it, and that's how we're going to be successful taking them out.
So when fighting resistant weeds, we want to use the best pre-program and save our good post-emerge products for later on. All right, Darren, speed round, lightning round. All right, give me the top 5 Roundup-resistant weeds. We'll talk about how to control them in corn and soybeans.
Okay, you already talked about Palmer pigweed, tall water hemp. Let's not forget about mare's tail. That's going to be a tough one all the way across the country. We've also got Roundup-resistant kochia.
Whoa, one at a time. So
no, hit them all, Brian. Come on.
No,
I don't want it easy.
And okay, so with all these, we want to use something pre, but let's talk post real quick on the Palmer pigweed or water hemp, Flexstar in soybeans, in corn status.
Okay, then let's talk about mare's tail. Good luck.
Got to use a good burn down, and honestly, on our farm, we do it in the fall. In front of beans, we'll use 240 or Banville in the fall, but it's way in front of beans. Okay, right in front of beans, sharpen would probably be really good in combination with metribuzin would be my suggestion.
Yep, and then post-emerge first rate does a decent job on it if you catch it fairly small.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about those ragweed.
Mare's tail status in corn.
Okay, and let's talk about common and giant ragweed.
Pre-emerge, I want to use my good 3 program, but then post-emerge first rate would be the best in soybeans, and in corn, I would say status.
Okay, kochia. We didn't talk about kochia yet.
Nope, kochia.
Good luck post-emerge in soybeans.
Post-emerge in soybeans. Unfortunately, I'm back to Cobra. There's nothing that's better in soybeans. In corn, again, we got status. So the point is, you can see that with all these weeds, status would be the best in corn, but there are other options in corn too. It's just in soybeans, it's a different herbicide for every different weed.
Well, Roundup-resistant weeds are really tough. Is our weed of the week one of them? Can you identify this week's weed?